warmed up a little bit, and the goldfish are near the surface. I actually haven't seen these guys for a couple of weeks. I did see them a little bit yesterday, like they came up a little bit higher, but then they went back down. So the water's been about 38 degrees, like all the way through, including the surface, because the temperature's been close to about close to like 34, 33 degrees, like just above freezing. The air temperature. So the water temperature has been staying at about 38 degrees. Um, and when it's that cold, they usually go to the bottom and they stay there. They don't eat, they don't swim much. But today it warmed up. The air temperature is about 55 degrees, and I just looked at the thermometer in the water. It's 42 degrees, and it seems to have motivated them to do a bit of swimming. So it's Thanksgiving tomorrow. So basically, we're at the end of November. So this is probably like probably the last day I'm going to see them until the spring, because in a matter of weeks, this pond is going to be frozen over at the top, and we're not going to see them again until the spring. I think I saw a few more on this side over here. Sun's out too. They tend to come to the surface more if they see sun. Oh, they all went under. I see a few over there. You probably can't see them, but they're about maybe a foot, about a foot in the water. So yeah, we had some rain, so the pond's basically full at about, I'd say, if not 100%, probably at about 98% or 97%. So because I think it maxes out at about 5,500 gallons. So right now it's at about 5,000 gallons, I think. So I just saw a couple of goldfish over there underneath that. So they're definitely swimming around today. So in 42 degrees, they do some swimming. They come to the surface when the water temperature 42 degrees. And like I said, the air temperature is 55 right now. Doing a little swimming, but again, they're not doing a whole lot of swimming. So, one of the things I've been trying to do is I've been trying to do trying to keep like a year-round record, like through the summer and the winter, like all seasons, to see what these goldfish are doing on the different temperatures. Let's go back to the side. There's like an S shape. Oh, there's a few right there. See if I can zoom in a little bit. Yeah, they went under. Yeah, as soon as they see me, they kind of go under. So this time of year, I don't feed them. Realistically, I don't even need to feed them in the summertime. There's enough food in the pond. But in the summertime, I'll give them cat food. I'll give them goldfish flakes, a couple times a week. Mainly because I enjoy watching them eat. But in come September, like after August, I don't feed them at all. Because what happens is if they fill up their intestines, because they don't have stomachs, fill up their intestines, they're not able to digest the food, and it just kind of sits there, and then it creates it gets gaseous, and then that gas makes them float to the top. I had one goldfish that happened to this year. Last year I think I had fed them a little bit later, so I think I had about like 6 or 7 that were floating last year. So this year I only have one. So really important, like August 30th, that's the last day you want to feed these guys, to avoid that problem. There's still like algae and stuff in the ponds for them to eat, if they want to snack, but this way they can just have a light snack instead of like completely filling up their intestines. So I've got some pumpkins in there from left over from Halloween. So again, it's kind of like a light snack. Oh, there's some goldfish right over there. So they'll eat the pumpkins in the spring, when they become a lot more active. Yes, there's a bunch of them over there underneath that log. You can see there. So most of those guys are now like 6 to 8 inches long. Just because this pond's now at least like 3 years old, so they've had a chance to grow. So it's nice to see them swimming near the surface after having not seen them for almost 3 or 4 weeks now because of the colder water. There's one right there. See, I was just sitting there in the middle of the screen, inactive. I mean, they'll swim a little bit, but you're not going to see like any chasing or fast swimming or anything like that. They're basically just waiting for the spring to come. Oh, the salamander over there to the left.